Did you hear that tennis star Alexander Zverev had another injury? Will he be coming back after surgery? In this video, we'll explain all the latest information regarding one of the best tennis players. Also, who has replaced him? Let's check it out. With that being said, keep watching. We've got everything you need to know coming right up. Also, make sure to like the video and subscribe. First, what do you need to know about Alexander Zverev? As of July 21st, 2022, German tennis player Alexander Zverev is ranked number 2 worldwide. At the 2020 US Open, Zverev made his first Grand Slam final. In the final, the German had 2-sets-to-love advantage over Dominic Thiem, but lost in 5. Despite having second serve issues the entire tournament, Zverev, who came back from 2 sets down to overcome Pablo Carreño Busta in the semifinals, managed to win his first Grand Slam title at 23. He also advanced to the US Open and Roland Garros semifinals in 2021. The gold medal he won at the Olympics in Tokyo was the most significant victory of his career to date. He finished the year by winning the ATP Finals in Turin for a second time. In 2020, he advanced to the Australian Open semifinals. Although both of Alexander Zverev's parents are Russian, he is German. I refuse to play for any other nation. I have German friends, I attended school there, and I was born and reared there. So yes, I am of Russian descent and I have Russian characteristics. It's part of being Russian, Zverev remarked. To never give up and to never stop battling. Zverev made this statement in an interview for the German Daily Bild in April 2019. Up next, another injury to tennis star Alexander Zverev. After another injury setback, Alexander Zverev admitted he would miss the Davis Cup. After injuring his right ankle during his French Open semifinal match against Rafael Nadal earlier this year, the German sustained ligament damage that required surgery. Since then, the 25-year-old has not been active. Nevertheless, Zverev was anticipated to represent Germany as they welcomed France, Australia, and Belgium to Hamburg after intensifying his training. On August 22nd, the US Open's organizers announced that Zverev had withdrawn from the Flushing Meadows Hardcourt Grand Slam, where he placed second behind Dominic Thiem in 2020. The recovery is progressing quite well, Zverev stated in a video on Instagram, and I'm very content with my current situation, but I'm afraid I won't be visiting New York this year. It was a tough choice, but given how nicely everything is going and how well the recuperation is progressing, I just don't want to take the chance and play my first match back as a best-of-5 set match. Naturally, I'll miss it, the US Open, and naturally, I'll be watching it from a distance. Zverev tacked on, sadly, I did not have an additional week or two where I would have been thoroughly prepared, but it is what it is. I can't wait to meet everyone at the Davis Cup. I also anticipate returning as soon as possible. Keep watching along closely. We've got everything you need to know about what Michael Kohlmann has to say about Zverev's big setback. It's coming right up. Coming right up, what are his views now that he's been ruled out of the Davis Cup? On Monday, Zverev expressed his disappointment at being unable to compete this week on the Davis Cup website. Since this is my hometown, playing here was a massive goal for me, but there's nothing I can do about it. I suffer from bone edema, which is really painful for me. I'm not sure if it happened yesterday or not. Still, when Oscar, Ott, and I were practicing yesterday, I eventually lost the ability to run or walk. He required surgery to repair 3 ruptured ligaments in his right ankle after leaving the Roland Garros court in a wheelchair. After missing Wimbledon, the 25-year-old was chosen to Germany's squad last month, but he experienced a setback in his recovery. Zverev added that even walking caused him pain. I guess I did too much, and now I'm in tremendous pain. I need to be sensible. Otherwise, it can be risky in the long run. Up next, what does Michael Kohlmann have to say about it? Zverev will undoubtedly suffer a significant setback, but Germany's chances of advancing in the Davis Cup and making it to the tournament's last round are also diminished, despite Kohlmann's firm conviction. It is undoubtedly a significant loss if one of the top players in the world leaves your squad, according to Kohlmann, who was speaking to DavisCupFinals.com. But last year, with a similar team, we had a good amount of success, so we're still capable and powerful enough to get to the next round, in my opinion. Zverev's decision to leave the club had larger and longer-term repercussions. Still, he was visibly upset about missing playing for the national team and here in Hamburg. Keep watching along closely. We're about to tell you about how this injury might affect Zverev's ranking, and we're also going to fill you in on who his replacement will be, so keep watching. Next, we have how did the injury affect Zverev's ranking? The German has been able to stay in the world's top 10 players for years and is regarded as one of the best players of the current generation. However, because of his extended absence, his rankings have significantly dropped. His rivals are regularly on tour and competing at a high level. The 2 separate injuries constitute a significant setback for Zverev because he hasn't played since having surgery to repair torn ankle ligaments in the wake of an injury. He sustained it during his match against Rafael Nadal in in the French Open semi-final in June. Zverev, formerly ranked second globally, has fallen to fifth in the most recent ATP rankings. The rankings were released on Monday following the US Open, which he was also required to miss. Casper Ruud ranked seventh before reaching the US Open finals and lost to Carlos Alcaraz, who then rose to world number 1, is now ranked second. The two-time winner of the Nitto ATP Finals, Zverev, is presently ranked 7th in the Pepperstone ATP Live race to Turin. Coming right up, who has replaced the German player? According to Michael Kohlmann, the captain of Germany's Davis Cup team, Yannick Hanfmann will replace Zverev on the squad. Alexander's inability to play is incredibly upsetting for both of them. He's a key player, and his absence will make it more difficult for us to advance in the Malaga final. However, I am confident that with the team's increased camaraderie and Alexander's assistance on the ground, they'll be able to make up for his absence. Yannick's willingness to step in right away demonstrates the excellent teamwork on this team, said Kohlmann. At the beginning of 2022, why was Alexander Zverev in the news? After losing a doubles match in Acapulco in February 2022, Alexander Zverev yelled profanities at the referee. He hit his chair with a racket 4 times. He was disqualified from the competition, but the ATP decided not to punish him further. A fine and suspension would only be imposed if he committed the same offense again within a year. So, does Alexander Zverev own any medals from the Olympics? The first German male to win an Olympic gold medal since Boris Becker and Michael Stich won the doubles gold in 1992 was Alexander Zverev. The latter won the Tokyo Olympics in 2021. To go to the final against Russia's Karen Khachanov, Zverev defeated number 1 in the world, Novak Djokovic. Up next, why was Alexander Zverev's private life in the news in 2020? Brenda Patia, Zverev's ex-girlfriend, who was 20 weeks pregnant with the German's child, claimed in 2020 she intended to raise the child by herself. At the same time, Olga Sharipova, another ex-girlfriend, accused Zverev of domestic violence. The German has denied any wrongdoing and addressed both in a social media post from October 2020 and multiple times at the Paris Masters. The ATP announced an investigation on the claims in October 2021, and Zverev reaffirmed his denials. On March 11, 2021, Zverev's daughter from his relationship with Patia was born. So, how many titles has Alexander Zverev won? Zverev has amassed 19 victories on the ATP Tour, including 5 Masters 1000 victories in Cincinnati in 2021, Rome in 2018, Madrid in 2018, and Canada in 2017. In 2016, he won his first title in St. Petersburg, Russia. In 2021, he won 6 trophies total, including the Olympics and the ATP Finals. The finals group stage is held in 4 European cities: Hamburg, Bologna, Valencia, and Glasgow. The top 2 teams from each group advance to the final 8, which will be played in Malaga from November 22nd to 27th. So here's all the latest news regarding the German player. Let's see how he will recover and join the team for upcoming tournaments. Will he make a strong comeback or not? What do you think? Let us know in the comments section below.